Alright, good morning. Now, what I've done for you today is I've selected quite a few movies from my collection that you guys as horror fans really need to check out. Now, I'm sure some of these movies you probably have seen or heard of before, but some I'm pretty sure you haven't, so without further ado, let's get started. First up, Phantom of the Opera with Robert Englund. Now, I don't know about you guys, but just knowing that there's a movie with Robert Englund in this title role really made me at least want to check this out. And if any of you guys are living under rocks out there, Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger. And don't worry, this is a horror movie. It's absolutely nothing like the Weber version, and it's not a piece of crap like Argento's version. How the hell he, of all people, managed to screw this up, I will never know. Jesus. But anyways, yes. Not the greatest movie. There were a couple parts that kind of annoyed me. Noticeably, the alley scene kind of cheesy, but yes, very dark, very gothic. Very interesting. I like this. Check it out. Next, I haven't heard a lot of people talking about this, so I don't know how many people have seen this or not. But if you haven't, go see the original Hitcher right now. They did have a crappy remake come out recently, but oh my god, Rutger Hauer is like the perfect psychopath. Believe me, this is probably not what you're expecting. Wasn't quite what I thought it would be. I was blown away. Go check this out right now if you haven't. So next, I'm kind of surprised a lot of people haven't heard about this movie, or at least from what I know. But if you haven't seen this movie, Fright Night, and you're like me, especially if you're kind of like me and kind of annoyed where vampires are present in the media today, you need to go rent or preferably buy this right now. This is very redeeming if you're in that kind of slump right now. Uh, this is such a classic, very kind of funny, very. Uh, you know what? Just go check it out. I don't really need to say anything about that. Up next, just take a look at this guy right here. The Zuni doll thing, because you're gonna remember that Trilogy of Terror. Go, uh, recommended. Next, now a lot of you guys are probably just going to focus on the fact that this movie was made in like the mid 40s and just kind of hold that against it, but whatever. This is not like a normal 1940s movie. It's an anthology movie, very dark, very atmospheric, kind of funny in a couple parts, and uh, when you watch this, you won't be thinking about the fact that it's kind of old. Believe it's really that crazy. Entertainment Weekly calls it one of the greatest horror movies ever made. So yeah, I haven't watched Queen of Spades yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I think this is one of those out of print box sets going for like $50 on eBay, but it's definitely not worth that. But if you ever get the opportunity, Dead of Night is really worth checking out, and I highly suggest you do. Now, if you're a horror collector and haven't seen this movie, you really need to get off the computer and go buy this right now. To Evil Eyes, I really don't have anything to say about this. It's George Romero and Dario Argento doing Edgar Allan Poe. It's really as awesome as it sounds. I've actually been hearing a little bit of flack it's been getting. I really don't know why, because uh, this was fantastic. Just no words. And speaking of no words, that's exactly what I had after watching this for the first time. Now, there's a reason this is being shown in like midnight movie theaters across the nation over 30 years after it came out. This is a classic. If you're really into horror, I'm sure you were put off by the cover, but trust me, everyone needs to see this movie at least once in their lifetime. It's not one of my favorite movies of all time, but this is a personal favorite. The whole Whatever you do, do not read up anything about this before going to see it. It just gets progressively weirder and weirder, and by the time you get see what happens with the castle at the end of the movie, you're just gonna be like, "What the fuck?" and not be able to conceive a valid reaction to the movie for at least an hour or two because you're just gonna be so filled with emotion that you're not gonna even really be able to respond properly to it. So, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is classic. Go see it or buy it or whatever. Just Another classic. I'm not gonna say anything largely because this is pretty self-explanatory, but if you haven't seen or heard of this and you're just looking at the title and going, all right, you know what, I'm this is not this is cheesy. It's not normal cheese. Uh, this is a really funny movie. Actually, kind of creepy in some parts. It scared my 7-year-old cousin. Uh, you know what? Just check this out. I really don't. There's really nothing to say about it. And up next, another one I'm not going to say a damn word about, Dead and Buried. Once again, if you're a horror collector, go out and buy this right now. And conveniently, the special editions of this and Two Evil Eyes are available together in a 2-pack. And if you don't own or have seen, especially if you haven't seen either of those movies, go buy that right now. Very highly recommended. Robert Englund's in this one too. Not a very big role, but oh my god, very different, crazy, extremely awesome movie. Go check it. Highly recommended. Now, this is a personal favorite of mine. I never hear anyone talking about it, which is why I'm bringing it up. Christine. As far as I'm concerned, at least, I don't think it really gets much better than John Carpenter doing Stephen King. Usually when I do hear people talking about this, or people who have heard of it, they just seem to kind of condemn it as a killer horror movie. Please don't, because it's really a lot more than that. It's very character-driven, um, very well written. After I saw this movie, it took about a year, but I did read the book, so I can vouch for this. It's a very solid adaptation, and please ignore the sci-fi logo right here. They had nothing to do with this movie. I really don't know why it's even there, but oh my god, I really like this a lot. So please go check this out. Next. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's a drama by technicality, okay? There's a reason I picked this. This movie gets inside your head and mind fucks the hell out of you. It really makes you feel uncomfortable, and I'm not just recommending it because I'm in love with Jennifer Connelly. I'm saying it because it really is very emotionally and in some parts visually disturbing. Oh my god. For those of you who've seen it, the thing with the arm, oh my god. Uh, but yes, if you're into horror, yes, it is technically a drama, but oh my god. Check this out, Requiem for a Dream. Now, up next, Argento was a big name thrown around with horror, but for me, it kind of took me a while to get into him, or well, not get into, but see one of his movies. I don't know how many of you guys haven't checked them out yet, but if you haven't, I highly recommend not this whole box set, but Tenebrae. This movie is essentially everything like he's best known for, like filtered into. Like it's really just pure Argento. I mean, I do recommend this box set if you plan on picking up these movies individually because it is cheaper. My personal favorite's Phenomena, but if you haven't checked out Argento before, I really suggest you go check out Tenebrae. Very awesome. So that's it really. I don't expect you to agree with all of these movies, but I really do think you're going to appreciate some of these picks, and I'm probably going to end up doing a bunch of these videos, maybe in a slightly different format, but yeah. If any of you guys actually watch this and check out some of the movies, please get back to me. I really think you're going to like and appreciate a lot of these, so yeah, that's it. That's my first video, so, well, first review and recommendations, whatever, so.